man, that is absolutely great. We're now joined by that man, Laiatu Latu. And real quick, before we get talking, the NFL 360 Draft Premiere Special airs Tuesday, April 23rd, where you're going to see this guy, that show on there, April 23rd, exclusively 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network. And let's get to that, because you see the sign there and everything, LYL.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
So it's like your last, and really just I take it I put it on top of my notes. I take it in the classroom and in the meeting room. It really just teaches me in that moment to do whatever I'm doing like it's my last opportunity, you know.
And you talk about LYL. It almost was your last opportunity. You had to medically retire for a couple of years at University of Washington. What was it like battling, knowing that football was taken away from you for a while?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, you get emotional at times, and get into a dark place at times. You're not with your brothers, like day in and day out anymore. You're doing your workouts on your own. But I mean, it was just easy not to give up.
So what'd you do though to occupy your time?
Yeah, so I mean, just really working out, staying consistent. But 2 months after my surgery, I go play men's club rugby. I played it since 5th grade. It's just it's in my roots. I can fall back on.
So you went to go play club rugby.
Yeah.
But you talked about how you played in high school. I've seen the video, man. I feel terrible for those kids who are trying to stop you. I mean, look at this picture of you right here. That's you right there in high school, man. I mean, who's trying to get some of that? But how much did that help you? Yeah. Like you said, it kept you in a good headspace.
Yeah.
And doing that. Mm-hmm. But then once you did get back on the football field, how much did that help you with what you do, which is hunting quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean, it helps me tremendously. I mean, I would tell anybody, growing up, play rugby. It teaches you how to be an athlete, how to, bend your hips. You got to know to play offense and defense. You got to know when to flip. You got to know, you got to be able to catch the ball. You can't knock it on or it's a penalty. So it's just a lot of stuff that teaches you to be an athlete.
Okay, so a lot of people are going to say, well, in rugby, you don't wear pads. You don't wear face masks.
Yeah.
How did that maybe help you with some of your tackling fundamentals and things like that? Because we know now the NFL is doing some things to take the head out of the game, and rugby's been really a leader in that aspect.
Yeah, they have. So, I mean, in terms of, like, the tackling and stuff like that, I think football is, like, a lot more dangerous than when it comes to rugby. Like, a lot of people say rugby is more dangerous because you don't have pads, but in rugby, you're always making, like, fit tackles. You're always going head up with each other, so it's always a fit tackle. You can't tackle too high or it's a penalty. You can't, like, dive at people's legs or it's a penalty, so always I got to wrap it, got to be a perfect tackle.
So you're talking about technique. We're going to bring up some of your film right now. So I want you to kind of break this down. It's going to go a little bit quickly.
Yeah.
But, guys, let's roll this tape, and let's have Laiatu diagnose it. Oh, against the Trojans right here, too. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so this is just a little double swipe. I only had to make one swipe because I connected pretty accurately with his hands. This is a Euro chop, really just exploding off my inside step, bringing that inside hand. And then here, I feel like I just got through too easily. I think the blocking scheme was messed up. Here, I'm just taking the edge, dipping under. Just letting, my athletic ability kind of show.
And there's the inside. We saw the bend right there, too. We know Von Miller was a guy, who's big for the bend. But I saw an interview that you did with the Pro Football Talk guys where you talked about Max Crosby is like the dude, like you fanboy. You patterned your game after him. What about Max Crosby that you like so much? I
mean, after talking about, like your last, I mean, I see that in his gameplay where he's just giving undeniable effort every time. Like, his motor is just nonstop, and I see that, and I take it into my game. And then just in terms of his rush, he's always setting up one after another. Like, if his first one doesn't work, it's to his second one, to his third. And he's just always someone that's constantly getting better. I think that's someone that, you got to look up to.
And that's what people say about you. You talk about the motor, but always got things working. In that interview, you also said that Troy Polamalu was a player you wanted to be like when you were growing up. Well, today is number 43's 43rd birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Troy Polamalu, legend.
There you go. So, look, as we get out of here, we're less than a week away from the NFL draft. You are going to Detroit for the draft. What has this journey been like? And let's kind of go back to what the initial piece is starting with football being taken away, and now you on the precipice of living a lot of young people's dreams.
Yeah. First of all, I got to give glory to God. I mean, without God, I really wouldn't be in this position. But, it comes with a lot of hard work, and my mom was there with me through it all, supporting me and stuff like that. But along the way, I really just, had that time to really find myself, like grow as a man and grow as a football player, and really just, it was easy not to quit, and you just got to learn resiliency and to treat every day like, like it's your last.
Right on. Well, again, Laiatu Latu, I want everyone again to watch this special exclusively on NFL Network, the NFL 360 LYL, like your last, next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're going to see this man, his journey on how he got to the NFL, Thursday night, you're going to see him get his name called on the stage where he gets to hug Commissioner Roger Goodell there in Detroit. All right, congratulations, man.
Thank you so much, sir.
You got
Thank
it.
you. It's a pleasure.